Well, Blake, how good is it to be home after being on the road for so long?
It's great. We had a tough couple of weeks going on the road and playing in some big environments and things like that. So it feels good just to be able to come home and play in another good environment at home and um, night game obviously. So it's gonna be fun and it's great that we're back home.
What do you see from K State's defense?
I think their secondary is pretty good. They got some good corners. I know they got one really long corner, number 23. He's pretty good, but they run a pretty unique defense, kind of similar to Iowa State, and so hopefully we'll have some big opportunities in the pass game and in the run game too.
Like, can you talk about the way Josh stepped up, on a day when, maybe Monterey wasn't obviously a full strength. Gavin didn't do a lot, but Josh really came up big.
Yeah, no, Josh had a great week of practice leading up into the game, and he was fun just to have on the field and see him have a game like that, and that only just boosts confidence in a guy like that. When you're young and you're starting to get more experience game by game, and to be able to kind of have like your breakout game, and that only gives you more confidence under your belt for the future. And so I'm excited to see what Josh can do for us.
You guys have had a lot of backs in the backfield this year. What do you think of the versatility of those guys? Just all the options they bring.
Yeah, all of them are great. I mean, you're right. There's a bunch of versatility with each guy. You know, they all have their strengths and they bring kind of everything that you need in a running back to a table, and that only helps us, and so does having the offensive line that we have. Opening up those holes and things like that is also a plus for us. So it's been fun watching those guys running around.
And how cool was it to see Squirrel have that kind of game after all he's been through?
No, it's awesome. Like that makes me more happy than anything. Seeing a guy like that that's been here for so long, and finally, he's on and off the field and hurt, and seeing him be able to come out and do what he did, rush for what 290 or something like that, and a couple touchdowns, and just seeing that, it was great to see. He played a great game, and I'm so proud of him too.
Where do you think you and the offense have grown the most in terms of confidence over the past couple of weeks?
Um, I think that we you can talk about playing more complementary football and things like that, and more of we're playing as a team more too. Like it helps feeding, watching our defense get a stop and us, getting a turnover, a stop or whatever, and feeding off that. That only makes us go out there and want to score even more. And so just being able to bounce back off of each other and things like that gives us a lot of confidence, and also, us being able to establish the run game these last couple of weeks. I know y'all see the numbers that we're putting up in that area, and it's pretty impressive. And so that has a lot to do with it.
Like, what does it say about this team? Maybe you weren't at your best, and Coach Rand has said that the team wasn't at its best, didn't play its best game, but still was able to go on the road and beat a team like Oklahoma, second ever win.
I think that just shows how close we are as a team. We face so many different obstacles and struggles throughout the season, and we've lost some games that maybe we feel like we should have won. And I think that we've got that feeling. We've had that feeling, and so that only makes us know that feeling can happen again. And we do our best to not let that happen again, even if we're not playing our best game. Being able to stick together as a unit, as a team, like I said earlier, playing complementary football and things like that. You're seeing that more out of us now, and so that's what's helping us.
At,
Blake,
this, at this point in the season, how do you feel like you've evolved maybe as a leader, or what's something you've kind of learned about yourself?
Yeah, just I've had to evolve and being more vocal, I guess, and things like that. Just trying to get better as a player every single day. It's not as when it's such a long season like this, it's easy to try to be out of the facility as early as you can and things like that, and maybe take shortcuts. And for me personally, I'm not the type of person that can do that, because I know that's going to come back and haunt me. And if I'm not out of the facility late, and I'm not watching film, and I'm not putting in all the work that needs to be put in prior to the game, I know that I'm not giving my team the best opportunity to win. And so that's what I have to do week in and week out. And I know a bunch of other guys are doing the same.
Blake, the offense in terms of when you guys have had, I think it's in fourth quarter with a one possession lead. You guys are 3 for 3 in terms of scoring or bleeding out the clock? What's allowed you guys to have that killer instinct and that success in those moments?
I think everything falls behind our offensive line. They're a bunch of veteran guys that kind of been through it. They're mature and they understand kind of just what it takes to get the job done. And so I think us being able to follow their lead and let them lead the way is a huge like key in that happening.
Do you like the confidence that Coach Aranda has in you guys, where he'll go for 4th and 1 from your own 30 with
Yeah,
the game on the line?
it's great. No, it's awesome. And for us we just got to keep converting for that to keep happening. So, no, it's awesome to see your head coach have confidence in the unit like that and be able to think that, understand that we're going to go out there and execute. So,
Does it ever surprise you when he does that?
No.
I mean, is it to the point now where like you expect it?
yeah. No, I'm not. I understand like when we're going to go for it and things like that. So, yeah, I'm not really surprised. Also, I just want to say we need to have as many fans as we can get out to the game. It's going to be a night game. It's going to be a big game. And we need everyone there. So we're on a roll and we got to keep it going. So I'm excited to see everybody at the game.
Say first Big 12 night game for you, right? As a starter. So what's
At
the
home? Are you
excite-
talking about at
yeah,
home?
At home.
Yeah,
So what's the excitement like for you in terms of
just
that?
another game. Nothing different. Just another game.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, Blake.
Thank you all.
Appreciate it.
Thank
you all.
Well, Josh, what's the confidence level of the team coming off 2 big road wins, finally getting to come back home?
I'd say it's really hard, to be honest. I'd say like even in practice today, like the energy levels, they were like probably the highest it's been probably like ever, like this whole season, to be honest. Like everybody was like coming together, flying around, all that stuff. So I'd say we're really confident right now for sure.
Josh, you've done it out here, but what was that like to have a game like that for you up at Oklahoma?
To be honest, like it's cool, I guess, but I just love working, to be honest. Like just getting the opportunity to go out there and do my thing. Like I just gotta give credit to like really other guys like O-line. If they weren't on their stuff, then Blake wouldn't have time to get me the ball and all that stuff. So I really just gotta give credit to them. Like I'd say it definitely feels good, but shoot, we're on to the next game now.
It seemed like Blake really had a lot of confidence in you in that game too. Like he kept coming back to you.
Yeah, I think that's just a trust thing, to be honest. Like that's my boy, on and off the field. Like that's just the main thing, just really the trust for sure.
What does it mean to the team to have so many backs who can step in? Somebody gets hurt, they can step in, maybe give the team a little bit different look.
I'd say it's awesome, to be honest. You got Squirrel, speed, really power too, because once he gets downhill, you got to watch out for that too. But then you got like Quaylen also, the big power bag. And then you got my boy Reese for sure. Like I'd say just the variety. I think it's just like really hard for teams to kind of like game plan that, because let's say Squirrel gets hurt or something, and then Reese steps in. It's like, oh, who's this guy? And then it's a completely different game plan now. Like it's a lot of variety for sure.
Speaking of variety, it seems like in the wide receiver room, it's similar, where it's a different guy
Mm-hmm.
each week, whether it's you, Josh, Jordan's gotten in the end zone, people like that. How do you guys stay patient to when it's your opportunity, or it seems like it's your game to step up?
For that, I'd say one thing Coach Bake has done a good job is like really keeping the room together and not really focusing on like individual accolades and like stuff like that. He always like, wait for your time. Your time's gonna come, or whenever your time comes, be ready. And so he always just prepares us for that. And it just so happened that last game that was my time, and then he had me ready for it for sure.
Each time you guys have had a one-possession lead and the offense has been on the field in the fourth quarter, you guys have either scored or you bled the clock. Where does that killer instinct come from to close out a game like that?
That's truly just the work we put in practice. One thing we always talk about is straying to finish. That's finishing blocks through the whistle, in and out of plays, getting out of the huddle quick, just really just straying to finish in practice. And then when it gets to the game, it's like, oh, it's just second nature at that point. So it's just easy.
Josh, what have you seen from Kansas State's defense? I know Blake said they've got some pretty talented corners.
Yeah, I'd say they have some pretty long corners. That's something that we're going to be looking out for. And then another thing is they like to fill the run pretty hard. So really just like being in that contact and just really just exploiting that type deal.
Is it an adjustment when you come to college and your head coach is having you guys go for 4th and 1s on your own 30, or was that something?
That's actually really funny because in my when I was at Cedar Park, we actually rarely punted the ball. Probably like it was like the exact same way, probably even worse. Like there in terms of going for the ball, like we go for the ball or we go for 4th and 1, like probably like the 10-yard line. Dude, we just had that kind of confidence. So I'm really used to it, to be honest.
How important is it to have a coach who has that confidence in you guys? Where 2 minutes left, 4th and 1, and he's willing to go for it, even if it backfires.
So I think it's really just a confidence builder for the team, just knowing, because like with other teams, it could be when it gets to that 4th downs, like, oh, the punt team's coming on, you know the deal. But like it just kind of gives you that mindset that we're going to be playing all 4 downs, kind of no matter what, almost like all the time. So I really think it's a good confidence builder for sure.
John Mayers hasn't missed a field goal. He's hit a bunch of long ones. What do y'all think when he comes out there? Do you go pretty confident he's going to nail
So
it?
to be honest, like whenever we go off and I go to the bench, I really don't even look. Like I got that confidence in him. Like he's been killing it for sure. Like he's been doing a great job. And yeah, no, he's been doing his thing.
On Saturday, Coach Aranda talked about how some of the younger guys had to adjust to him speaking in metaphors, and maybe he had to be, a little bit more direct. I felt that was really interesting. Did you see that? And has he kind of had to change ways a little bit?
Yeah, I'd say because we have like this like young guy meeting thing, and it was actually a moment where he was like kind of speaking in metaphors, and I pretty much picked up on it, but I was like looking around, everyone was like, and so he just kind of like reiterated it, made it a little bit more clear. But I think that's just the young guy thing, and then like once you get around him more, like you kind of get used to like what he's saying, then you just start picking up on the things he's saying, type deal.
Do you have a favorite Dave Aranda mannerism or one that he goes to?
I'd have to say the lip bite probably though. That's probably his signature for sure. I think it's real funny, no doubt.
It's way cool.
Yes, sir. Way cool. Exactly. Yeah, that's another good one, no doubt.
Thank you, John.
For sure. Thank you.
Okay, appreciate it, man. Well, no, what are you expecting from this K-State team?
I mean, every time we've played them, they've always been a really physical team. They're always tough. They're always well coached, and they handle their business and just do everything right. So it's going to be a tough opponent. We just got to go out there and execute and do our thing, and hopefully we can come out on top.
Just from assuming scouting their kickoff and punt returning guys, what does Phillip Brooks do so well that makes him so dangerous?
He's just an elite player. He's very agile, great speed, and he just has the instinct that a lot of other guys really don't have, and just knows when to cut, how to cut, and just finds the open space and gets good yardage whenever he can.
No, I think Coach said, or Brent said you had maybe 16 consecutive touchbacks.
I did not know that.
How much has that been an emphasis? Because there was some earlier in the year where it was, maybe a little short or this or that.
Yeah, it was tough to start the season. We were using different balls. I was using QB balls to hit kickoffs, and we figured out that if I were able to choose my own ball that I like, it produces a better kickoff. And so after the OSU game, I got to choose my own ball and kind of choose that, and it's been a better production out of that. So I'm happy with how it's performed after OSU.
That might have been when the streak started there.
Yeah.
John came back and won the field goal job, PATs. What makes him a good kicker in your mind? His approach or
I mean, he's consistent. I mean, he consistently hits a good ball. It goes in. That's really all you can ask for as a kicker. Just make the 3 points, and that's all really you need. It's just a great testament to his kind of willpower, especially what happened to him last year and losing a job and coming fighting back and then winning it back this year. It's just all the respect to him.
what do you think of his sideburns?
It needs to go. They're bad. He's a war general from 1860.
You got some too, though.
No, it's
Well,
a
he's
full
got the
beard
beard
though.
going.
It's a full
Yeah.
beard.
That's true, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Noah, being back over here at McLean after a couple, good road trips, do you get excited kicking over there, or what's kind of your attitude when you go over to McLean?
I mean, we always love playing McLean because, I mean, our fans we want them to come out strong, and we know it's a night game, and it's the first night game in a couple of years for us here. So it's going to be fun just watching all the excitement, all the buzz, and so it's going to be a huge atmosphere, and we expect a lot, and we hope that they can make a difference in this game.
Thank you, Noah.
Appreciate it, Noah.